Recalibrated system.
No. Zolbrine. Anyway, good evening, extranet and multidimensional travelers. Welcome back to And Beyond, where we plunge into the void and explore our ever-expanding multiverse. I'm your host, the R300 Orion IT Systems Model B, or 4, but you can call me Horus. Today we'll be continuing our extraterrestrial exploration on the perfectly pitched planet of Sonorosia. And please, equip your earplugs. We don't want anyone's liquefied brain matter spilling out. Sonorosia, the most forgotten planet in its system, on the surface appears to be lifeless. This is made very evident by the lack of floral life or bodies of water, as well as the crumbling cities and structures of a previous civilization. Composed mainly of stone and sand, the planet's structure is riddled with immense gorges and canyons that cut deep into the mantle. Thanks to the various openings to its mantle, the planet's rotational force has many imbalances and acts more as an electromagnetic pole than a gravitational one. Because the size of the planet, the electromagnetic pole generated is so strong it attracts any and all radio waves and frequencies from up to a parsec away. The abundance of frequencies paired with the EM pole creates a very dense ionosphere surrounding the planet, resulting in frequent sand and lightning storms, making planetary travel very difficult. But it wasn't always like this. Centuries ago, Sonorosia was a thriving, technologically advanced planet home to a species known as the Ionosphere. Bipedal humanoid beings with green-blue skin and a very weak physique. But what they lacked in physical prowess, they more than made up for in intellect. As a result of their hyper-intelligence, they lived by a code of logic. If something was deemed illogical, they would give it no thought. This would include emotions and empathy. This mindset led them to make amazing and destructive breakthroughs in technology, bringing their planet up to a tech level 13. Over time, they would start selling this technology off-world and were met with high demand. This caused overharvesting of raw materials and pollution, inevitably leading to the death of their planet. Some say the species died with it. Others believe they simply left to continue their work where they could find materials. Though it seems that life is long since gone from Sonorosia, there are still two species making quite a racket down here. Starting on the surface, we have the Sanovox, bipedal biomechanical hybrid creatures composed of high ionized frequencies hosted in a mechanical body. Through the combination of abandoned Alamaran technology and the harsh Sonorosian lightning storms, this species was created, quite literally, by catching lightning in a bottle. Upon being grounded in the mechanical construct, the ionized frequencies funneled into it become trapped inside and build up energy, similar to a Leyden jar. Over time, this energy becomes so great it begins to meld and manifest the signals and frequencies into a form of thought and speech, becoming a consciousness. These are the Sanovox. Ranging in size dependent on their vessel, all Sanovox have two prevalent abilities. Vibrational manipulation by speeding up or slowing down their own frequential forms and channeling the physical waves through their suits, and dialinguistics, being able to understand any language they hear by absorbing in its sound waves and converting them into a frequency. This also works on all other forms of frequency. They use both these abilities on a daily basis in search for others. Sanovox spend their days on the surface, trudging through the lightning and sandstorms trying to find others. From the day they are created, Sanovox are alone, waking up in their harsh environment with nothing but a hum of voices and sounds from the sky. These sounds are just frequencies they don't realize that they're able to hear. They don't know how or why they're there, or what they even are, so they search. Searching for others of their kind in hopes that they can learn. When they do eventually find others, they will typically form a tribe, roaming around from small settlements that they've made from the remnants of the Alamaran society. A feature of every settlement is a large mound of mechanical constructs in the center acting as a lightning rod. The Sandbox collect and pile up any constructs around their settlements so that if lightning strikes and any new ones are created, they won't come into the world alone. But the Sandbox are less lonely than they think. They just need to venture a bit lower than the surface. In the caverns and underground of Sonorosia, we have the home of the Sonorosians. Non-natural occurring bipedal biomechanical creatures composed of a silicon-based construct and stored sound waves. Sonorosians were originally created by the Alamorans to perform menial tasks. They were designed specifically to be as useful as an entire labor union, but small enough to not be in the way. They had multiple models for various tasks. Because silicone was the most abundant resource that they had the most of and almost no use for, the Alamarans developed a biogel bonding agent with silicone rubber to create a cheap, self-replicating host that make up the Sonorosian body. They use sound waves to power these bodies because silicone is an excellent absorber of them, and due to the constant noise from construction in the bustling cities, they would have a constant source of power that they would not need to monitor. This also helped keep the sounds of the construction from bothering the Alamarans when trying to think. Similarly to the mechamorphs of Galvin B, the Alamarans didn't intend for the Sonorosians to achieve sentience or become living. But it's said that over time, from the ionized atmosphere affecting the sound waves they absorbed, something similar to the Sandbox occurred where the sound waves themselves became sentient within their hosts, or that they had created the host themselves to advance unintentionally. No one knows for sure, and the Alamarans aren't exactly around anymore to ask, so we may never know exactly how they came to be. When the planet started to die, the Sonorosians migrated underground to avoid the harsh surface weather. With their bodies being made so cheaply, they're not very durable, and can be harmed or destroyed very easily. The only time they will venture to the surface is to collect necessary materials they need for construction. When they venture out, the Sonorosians will send out replicants or echoes of themselves. The only connection between these echoes and the original is the host material. Though the echoes are as sapient as the original, they lack any ability to communicate with the others or the original when separated, and cannot feel when an echo is harmed or destroyed. This will lead to a single Sonorosian sending out multiple pods of echoes at a time, assuming that most will not return. Despite this harsh harvesting method, by nature Sonorosians are very friendly and even enjoy helping others, probably as a result of them being designed as assistants. Sonorosians spend their days building new homes in the safety of their caverns, also taking advantage of the old underground mining and transport tunnels for fast traveling between sites. Though separated geologically, the Sonorosians and Sandbox are no strangers to each other. Frequenting a material trade and assistant labor, this has resulted in a belief system known as the Great Hum. This belief system came to be shortly after the first few interactions among the species, as Sonorosians would regale in hazy memories of their long-gone masters, and the Sandbox would tell of the unknown voices and sounds they hear from the sky. Both species began to theorize and believe that the sounds the Sandbox were hearing are from the Alamarans attempting to contact them. In actuality, these are just random signals and frequencies bouncing around space that are picked up by Sonorosia's Ionosphere. To this day, neither species has been able to make out any clear message from the Great Hum, but they have come up with their own interpretation, believing the message is that the Masters will return when the planet is suitable for them. This message is what drives both species to spend their days constructing settlements and attempting to repair old technologies from the scraps left behind by their Masters, in hopes that one day they may return and bring life back to the planet. Sonorosia, a harsh world to live in for sure, but thankfully, we were just visiting. Make sure you plunge back into the void sometime and join me on another extraterrestrial exploration. This is Horace, signing out. Bring it! Jacket, sunscreen.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys like this video if you'd like to see more content like this, and if you guys have any planets or dimensions you'd like to see in an episode, let us know in the comments. We'd like to give a special thanks to our incredible Patreons. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do projects like this. And if you'd like to support us, you can join our Patreon for as little as $1 a month and get to see stuff way before anyone else. Until next time, I'm surviving. Are you? Peace.